Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. I'm Scott Stevenson with Raiden Productions, and today I wanted to just give you guys an update and kind of show you around our grip truck as well as some of the other equipment and gear that we've gotten over the last few months and a lot of the new changes and updates we've made here in 2024. Follow along and let's kind of go over some of the new stuff. So we had a grip truck that we originally started off with, and we just recently sold it and made a huge upgrade. And we ended up going from a Ford E350 to a Ford E550. So it's a much larger vehicle. It's much more powerful. It sits up a lot higher, has better ground clearance, better lift gate, just all around better vehicle, more capacity, higher roof, higher interior. It's also a longer vehicle, just much more, suited for production type of workflow. Aside from getting a new vehicle, we also got completely brand new carts from Studio Carts. We got a bunch of new carts. We got a flag cart. We got a full C-stand cart. We have a small flag cart for our 2x3s and 18x24s. We also have like a grip utility cart, which is kind of like a 6-crate cart. We have some of our grip hardware in there as well as stingers. And you can also hang some combos off the back of that, so it's also super handy. And all these carts, they wheel really easily onto the lift gate and then down into a stage or into whatever location that you guys are filming at. So it makes set lighting really easy for your crew. You can see in some of the B-roll, I'll show you guys some behind the scenes of a shoot that we just recently did. You can see with just a crew of like 1 or 2 of us, we're easily able to pull everything off the truck fairly quickly and get it all into the studio within 10-15 minutes. It wasn't even a big deal. Altogether, we have 6 carts. We have that utility cart, we have a flag cart, we have the 6-crate cart, we have a head cart, and we have a sandbag cart and a C-stand cart. So sandbag cart, that's pretty self-explanatory. You can put all your sandbags on it, which is super helpful. A lot of vans and smaller packages, a lot of times people just throw the sandbags in and they just kind of go all over the place. It's really handy to have all your sandbags in one spot and be able to cart them around your set, and also have it narrow enough to where it can go inside doorways and stuff. So that's super useful. All of our units are on a head cart, so the head cart can come and roll directly into set. You don't have to unpack stuff out of boxes and things like that. Everything's ready to go. You pull it off the head cart, throw it on a combo, plug it in, turn it on, you're good to go. Speed is everything on the film set. You really don't want to waste any time, especially when the production is kind of down to the wire. Maybe you don't have as many crew members as you'd like on a G&E team, and you're just kind of run and gun. Maybe the DP's kind of helping with lighting and things like that. It really helps out to be able to just take the light from the head cart, throw it on a combo, and get it going. Not having to fuss with all the different cases. In our original package, we had a lot of aperture, and nothing against aperture, but if you know, you know. The cases are just something that, they kind of get in the way. And once you unpack everything, what do you do with all these cases? They're kind of all over the place. So now everything rides on our head cart and real easy to deploy on set. As you can see, we just recently did a little shoot here. We invested in ourselves and we rented the studio for a few hours. So not only do we have a lot of new equipment as far as G&E, we also have full camera packages. We have a Monstro, red Monstro 8K camera that's full frame. We also have a red Helium 8K camera, Super 35. Both of them are PL, and we also have lenses that go with those 2 cameras. We have a set of anamorphics from Greatjoy. We actually won them recently, and we just completed the full set, and we ended up getting the 35 as well, and also the case. So those can go out on rentals. They look really beautiful. We've been testing them out. We actually tested them out here in the studio. We have some different shots of the anamorphics, as well as we have another lens set, which is our zooms, which we typically use for corporate videos and commercial kind of stuff. Those are really clean. It's really nice and handy to have a zoom. And for more of the creative kind of stuff, the music videos, the narrative kind of movies, things like that, the anamorphic is really fun to kind of get that kind of cool look and sort of like a vintage vibe. You get some cool like bokeh in the background. Yeah, it's cool to have 2 different kind of looks that we can do, and those are all available for rental on our website, raidenproductions.com. So it's super cool. We have 2 lens sets, the zooms and the anamorphic primes, 35, 50, 85, as well as the 35 to 70 and the 70 to 85 to 105, the DZO Cata Aces. So those are really sweet. And as you can see, here we are. We shot a couple different tests. We had a model here in the studio, Jesse. Shout out to Jesse. Thank you so much for helping us out on this one and coming in and being a part of our shoot and kind of modeling for us. We had sort of two different kind of styles that we were going after. We had sort of the on the sticks, you know, really clean, sharp, high contrast sort of look, where we had Jesse kind of doing some cartwheels and spinning around, that kind of stuff. You know, a little bit more film grain kind of going on with the anamorphic, and it's also a little bit more cropped in with that Super 35. And we shot in higher frame rates. We shot in 5K. So we cropped in on the sensor a little bit to 5K in order to get those higher frame rates. We were shooting at 100 frames per second, doing a lot of like slow-mo stuff. And what's really nice about the lighting package is we're able to shoot that super high frame rates, 100 frames a second, 200 frames a second, because of the Nanlux. The Nanlux has been super phenomenal, and it's given us a lot of flexibility to, you know, ND down, or, you know, be able to fill big 12 by frames with only one unit, and also be able to be further from the camera with larger frames and be able to, you know, fill those frames and get enough distance and still be able to shoot like really high frame rates. Or even if you want to like stop down a little bit on the lens and not shoot wide open, you're able to do that with the Nanlux, the 2400B. And what's great about it is it's an LED and it's bicolor. So you can, you know, you have that full Kelvin shift all the way from, I believe it goes 2600 all the way up to 6000. So that's a pretty good range for, you know, a bicolor light like that. And it really kind of, you can leave the gels behind when you're using a light like that. It doesn't do full RGB, but for the power, the output, it's definitely our go-to window light. And we've been loving using it. It's a super powerful light. Also, one cool feature is we like to also connect with a wireless transmitter. We use the Sidus Link Sidus 1 transceiver, which allows us to connect all of our units through CRMX, you know, wireless DMX. And what's really sweet about the Fresnel unit is it has, through the pins in the back, it communicates to the light. So once you have the light connected via CRMX, you're able to control the spot in the flood of the Fresnel through the iPad. You can just put it on one of your CRMX or your DMX channels, and then you can just, you know, up and down on one of the sliders, and you can spot in or flood your unit, which is really super handy if you have that unit way up, or, you know, up on a stand, or it's outside a window and you can't quite get to it. Being able to control that wirelessly is a super awesome feature. I want to talk now about some of the lights that we have on our package. We replaced a lot of aperture units with some of the more industry standard units, such as area orbiters, as well as the cream source vortexes. We used to have Nova panels, now we have vortexes, and vortexes are really handy because one of the big things is they have the ballast built into them, as well as being completely waterproof. They have that IP65 rating, dustproof, water resistant, waterproof, and that's really phenomenal. It doesn't rain a whole lot here in California, but it is really great for those shoots where you're maybe next to a pool, or you're, you know, have water splashing or rain or product shots, or you know, liquid is flying everywhere. It's really handy to have that peace of mind and know that your lights have some water resistance. Not just that, they're super punchy, and they also have that full RGB, very saturated colors on them. They're a bit heavy, but they're built like a tank. The area orbiters are also super great. They have those, you know, really nice colors on them, and they have all of these different lenses. We have a 65, a 30, and I believe a 24 lens option, so you can kind of have wide, medium, and close with the lenses. And they also make a parallel beam adapter, which we might get in the future, which really intensifies the beam of that area orbiter. And being able to also remove the back control panel and plug that in and have that little control panel is really phenomenal. You can also control it through CRMX as well, like all of these lights. Going into 2024, one thing we've really wanted to do with our package is have all the lights be able to be controlled wirelessly through DMX, or, you know, Lumen Radio, internal CRMX, whatever it may be, Timo 2, and also be able to have full RGB control, full gamut of color, be able to go red, green, wherever you want to go, you know, back to tungsten daylight without having to deal with any kind of gels, because I feel like that really speeds up the workflow. Because a lot of times DPs, they have an idea, or their creativity is flowing, or a director says, hey, let's do this, let's try that. And to be able to really just dial that in quickly on an iPad nowadays, we think is essential. And it's something that we want to offer to all of our DPs and directors. So we're trying to build out a package that really caters to that type of thing. Again, really the only lights that we have that are bicolor only is the 2400B, but 2400B is on par with, you know, Area M40. It's a super punchy, very powerful light, and we're super excited to get it out on some sets. We'd love for you to come and check out our website at raidenproductions.com and see some of the stuff that we offer. Send us a message, hit us up on Instagram, Raiden Productions LLC. Send us a DM, tell us about your project, and let's see if we can maybe work together. You can rent the truck, you can rent some cameras. If you need some crew members, we have DPs, we have editors also. If you need some help with post-production, feel free to give us a call. We would love to work with some of you guys, and not just here in LA, but, you know, all over the place. We're open to traveling all over. Yeah, let's see if we can do some cool stuff. Summer right now, Los Angeles, it's super hot. I see that a lot of people are getting back out there and they're doing their thing and they're shooting. The first part of our year has been super busy, and we're super grateful for that, because I know a lot of people have been out of work. It's starting to slow down a little bit, and we're just trying to reach out to you guys, see how we can help with your productions. And if you have anything on calendar, feel free to reach out to us and just give us a shout, and let's see how we can work together. Once again, I'm Scott Stevenson with Raiden Productions. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.